This is the Ringke Fusion for the Sony Xperia Z3. Hi, Dan for Gear Diary. The other day we took a look at the Ringke Fusion for the Sony Xperia Z3 Compact. Today we're taking a quick look at the same case for the larger brother of the Z3 Compact, the full-size Sony Xperia Z3. This case has an MSRP of $30, but it's available through Amazon for just $10.99, and it ships with Amazon Prime if you're a Prime user, so you'll get free shipping on it. Let's pull it out and take a look at this case. So for $11, I actually think this is a really good bargain. It ships with a screen protector. This is not a glass screen protector, obviously, and I have a glass screen protector on my Z3, so I'm going to put this aside in case I need to replace it or for including it when I sell the phone at some point. You get some information on how to use the screen protector, how to install it, and some warranty information as well. You get this really neat little template. It actually lets you place this on any sort of picture or material, cut around it, and then you can actually insert it into the back of the case so that you actually can have the case look like pretty much anything you want it to look like. So that's really neat. You don't want to throw this away when you get the case, because you want to use the template to create your own design for whatever you're going to want showing through. I actually like the way the Sony Xperia Z3 looks, so I don't need anything in that regard. You also have a covering here just to keep this the clear part pristine when it ships to you. We're going to put the Sony Xperia Z3 inside, take a quick look at it after taking this layer off. So the Z3 goes inside really rather easily. What you see immediately is that it really adds a nice level of lay on the table protection. Even with a glass screen protector on it, there's some raised part of the case over it to keep even the screen protector from touching any surface I place it on, but it really doesn't get in the way. It's not really obtrusive in that regard. I don't feel like I need to put something else on the back here because I really love the way this looks. The Sony logo right there, the Xperia name right there, and then here's the NFC indicator. Up here you have the opening for the camera and the flash, and the indicator that this has a 20+ megapixel camera. It's actually a little deceiving. It actually shoots on automatic at 8 megapixel, and to get the 20 megapixel you need to go to manual mode. So it's really an 8 megapixel camera unless you really want to be fussing around with the settings. What I do love about this case is that it has an opening here for the lanyard strap. Really important since the Sony Xperia is waterproof, and if you're going to be taking this on an adventure, it really helps to have a lanyard strap, a wrist strap around it so that the phone doesn't get lost, that you can actually have it be a little bit more secure around your wrist. You have an opening here for the magnetic charging port, which I love. Some people don't use the magnetic charging port. I do. So it's really important to me that a case I'm using has an opening there. And then you have an opening here for the micro USB charging port. So if you're not going to use the magnetic port to charge, you can flip this open and you can plug in a standard micro USB cord. On this side, you have the Ringke Fusion name embedded in the material. You've got a bump up here for the dedicated camera button, but it is covered. You've got a bump up here as well covering the volume up and down buttons. They complete functionality. You don't lose any functionality even though they're protected. And then you have the sleep awake power button is covered but fully accessible here as well. And finally here on the top you have an opening for the microphone, and then you do have a little port here, port covering for the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Not really necessary because the headphone jack is waterproof. You don't need to cover it to actually get the waterproof capabilities of the Xperia, but they do include it here, so you might as well put it in place for that little bit of extra protection. The case actually feels pretty nice in the hand considering that it's a TPU material. Not always my favorite material from a feel perspective, but it actually does not feel bad at all. The cutouts do get a little annoying. It's not nearly as smooth as it is without a case on it because of all the different cutouts, but that's really a balance of functionality versus the aesthetics of it. What I really do like is the back here with the darker sides with the white of the Sony Xperia Z3 coming through. I think it looks really, really stunning. This is the Ringke Fusion case for the Sony Xperia Z3. It's available through Amazon. It has an MSRP of $30, but it's available for just $10.99. If you have Amazon Prime, it'll ship for free. We'll have a link to purchase it in the notes below, and you can use that link to also find other Ringke cases for a variety of different smartphones. We'll also have a full written review over on Gear Diary. That's geardiary.com. This is Dan from Gear Diary. Thanks very much for watching.